Hello, as promised, today I am going to review this, the iPazzPort mini keyboard. Not entirely sure how I'm going to do this yet, how I'm going to angle the camera so you can see what I'm doing with this while seeing what it does on the screen. But yes, give me a minute and I'll figure this out. Okay, this may do it. That is my computer screen you're looking at. I've got Twitter on there at the moment. I'm just looking to see that I'm not showing you anything that I don't want to show you, that, you know, security and whatnot. No, and it all kind of looks all right, I guess. I'm sure someone will tell me if it isn't. Anyway, this is the pad. I have not yet plugged it in. We'll just have a quick look at it. I showed an amount of this in the unboxing yesterday, but we'll have another look. You've got a touchpad there that works like the pad on a laptop or a netbook. You've got a D-pad kind of thing here. You've got, I don't know what you call them, they're like the controls for video and such, like fast forward, pause, stop would be that, I guess. All the usual keyboard controls, your function keys there, mouse control keys just there, and just there for your left and right mouse buttons. A volume mute thing there, home button there. I haven't actually found a use for that yet. Let me, I'm going to plug this in, really, I think, and show you how it works and what the buttons do. It's probably better to show you while it's doing something than not. In here we have the battery, and we also have this little dongle here, which I'm going to plug into my computer. And I'm not going to move the camera and show you me plugging it in, but I suspect you'll hear it. If I can reach, because it's all the way over there. Yeah, there we go. There. Hear that? It takes a moment, or it did last time. Oh, of course it helps if I turn this thing on. There it is, turning on. Now, the blue light says it's... I don't know if that means it's looking to connect. It takes a minute. You see the mouse pointer, where is it? It's there. And it's not doing anything yet. And I'm not sure... Do I? Okay, I think it... Yes, it's found it. The blue light has gone out and now lights up if I do something. And can you see? And it is really quite accurate. And can you see? Yeah, you've got these finger gestures. I particularly like that one there. And they do different things. So if you are using one finger, single tap, it's like doing the left mouse button. If you triple tap, theoretically, I want it somewhere where that'll matter, it is like a right mouse button. And if you use two fingers, it's a scroll wheel. Making a liar of me and not yeah. It's also like you can press, you do two fingers and tap, and it's like if you press your scroll wheel, so you can do all of that gubbins, which is pretty good. But you can... I did it earlier, it's making a liar of me now. I'm trying to scroll and it doesn't want to... Oh, don't do that. Yeah. Also, if you put your pointer over to the right of the browser, you can then use the right hand side of your touchpad and it will scroll your page, which is a much easier way of doing it, I find, than doing the whole three-finger malarkey, because I don't know why it does that. It pulls up that, and I don't want my start menu. I don't know why it's doing that. It's kind of annoying. Other things. Right, we've got this here button here, F2. If you press function and F2, it all lights up, and if you press it again, it changes the colour of the lights. And yeah, which is great if you are, I don't know, needing to type in the dark and you're using one of these. I showed it yesterday, the quality of the buttons. Well, I say the quality, I mean you can't really tell, but from here I can tell you they're nice. They're clicky, and you know when you've pushed them, and they are responsive. You don't have to sit and really hammer them, which is good. Also, you've got this here function button is handy, because some functions are just a pain in the arse to get to. I mean, you've got your print screen there. I can't work out what that one is there. What is that? Not sure. F11 and F12, because you've only got 10 function keys, so if you press the function button you will get F11 and F12 on F9 and F10, which is handy. You want that kind of thing. Yes, but the other useful function thing here is press function and then enter, and it gives you the equivalent of Control Alt Delete, which is handy, because trying to do Control Alt Delete on a thing that's this small is awkward, to be honest. Yeah, not the easiest thing. Now, I'm trying to think. I haven't really used this gubbins here yet, this doofer, and I'm trying to think, what have I got? Let me have a hunt around my computer and find a video file that I can play without getting into trouble for copyright. Hang on, well, I've got a ton of my own videos, haven't I? Duh. So let's see how this works. Okay, well, we'll just... Okay, so I've got that active. What happens? Yeah, that pauses. Fast forward? Maybe? No, that doesn't seem to do anything. I know volume up and down works on... God. Yeah, well, that just seems to play and pause, and we can stop. Yay. Yeah, it's not controlling volume on here. I know it can. This will control the volume on Winamp, because I was doing it earlier today. I'm not going to demonstrate that because copyright with music and stuff. What else? Got your Windows button there, which will do that. Alt-Gur. I don't know what Alt-Gur means. I'm going to press it and see what happens. Nothing. Okay. That's probably for something quite specific that I am unaware of, because yeah, if it was an Amiga I'd have a clue, but for all that I've been using Windows PC since about 2000, I still don't know all of this stuff that they do. Yeah, I think, I mean, I know what I was going to show you. The effectiveness of the D-pad. I was playing with this earlier today just to see how well it functions. Now, where's me, where program files, emulation, MAME. Okay, Space Invaders. Yeah, whatever. 5 to put coin in, 1 to start. Now this is going to be D-pad, and I think it's control to fire. Yeah. Oh look, you can't see me. You can't see. Trying to show you. I can't show you the D-pad and the thing working at the same. There we go. I've kind of got it all on the screen. But you can't see the invaders now. That's just unfortunate, isn't it? I can't show you I can't show you the controller and the game at the same time. But it works, and it works very nicely. Now, yeah, okay. It would not, I'll tell you what, I'm going to turn this round now. I've shown you. Okay, this is the difficult bit. I've shown you what it does. Now, a reasonable question might be, why would you want a thing like this? It is technically just a keyboard, and a very small keyboard, and it would be fair to say you're not going to, I mean, I've said it before, I said it on the GPD win, you're not going to write your next novel on this. It's like a thumb pad keyboard. It's not made for typing, really. Why would you want one? What is it useful for? And I'll tell you what, it is useful. And I can think of reasons that you would want a thing like this. The main one is if you have your computer or Raspberry Pi or something like that hooked into a big TV, and you are sitting across the room from it. It's not your desktop PC, it's not the thing you're working on, it's not the thing you're doing lots of writing on or video work or graphics work or anything like that. It's something plugged into your telly perhaps, and you're some distance from it, and you're not going to do a lot of typing, but you will want to type things in like URLs or searches or things like that. And you maybe have a mouse pointer. It might be a Windows system, it might be Linux on your Raspberry Pi, it might be a Kodi box, something like that. And for that kind of thing, this is great. And you can play games with it because you have got that D-pad. I mean, you're not going to be playing first-person shooters with it, but for a nice simple MAME type game, this will work very nicely. I've got a Raspberry Pi downstairs, and I have got joypads plugged into it, but they're on a cable. And it's quite a long cable, but it is a pain in the arse, and sometimes I want to be sitting on the sofa across the room and not on a chair, I don't know, about 3 to 5 feet away. I want to be 10 feet away, and that's where a thing like this would be, I say would be, will be, because it's going to get used, very useful. The fact that the keys light up it's a nice gimmick. Is it necessary? Does it matter? That's up to you, I think. You might have a use for a thing like that. Maybe you like using computers in a dark room and you can't see your keys. I don't know. The touchpad, it actually really impresses me. The 3-finger thing, gesture, it does work. I have had it working. It wasn't doing it for me just now for reasons that I don't know. But the 2-finger and the 1-finger, great. And the 3-finger, what is it? You know what, I was doing it wrong, wasn't I? I was trying to do 3-finger for scrolling, when it's 3-finger for right mouse button. So I'm stupid. That's why I couldn't work out what it was doing. I was expecting the wrong thing. I was trying to scroll with 3 fingers where I should have been using 2 fingers. Duh, me. Yeah. I do find that the whole multi-finger responsiveness is good and clever, and you can scroll very easily by just using the right hand side and having your pointer near the browser window, right scrolly bar thing on the right, that, yeah. There are lots of buttons on it that do lots of things, and I don't necessarily know what all of them are. The mute button works, I used that on Winamp. Different buttons work with different programs. Not everything will do something when you push it and see what happens. But having played a bit, I've found stuff. It's like page up and page down. Doesn't work on didn't do anything on my browser, but I imagine that would do something on Word or a other word processor. So yeah. And the other important thing about this, which is cool is it's cheap. I imagine there's a price down there, and if there isn't a price, there is a link and you'll see the price. But memory serves, pretty cheap. I would say well worth the money. If you have a use for a little keyboard that you can hold in your hand and navigate around a screen very easily and accurately, I think this is great. Yeah, if you've got a Pi or something like that, or just you like to use your computer from across the room and don't want a big keyboard on your lap, this kind of thing, great. Yeah, I mean, I'm not one for recommending. I like to show you, here it is, and you make up your own mind. But if you were to say to me, do I recommend this as a small keyboard for doing the kind of thing I've described? Yes, I do. I think it's good. It's not unique. There are other ones like it. I've got another one like it, but that one doesn't have the multi-finger stuff, and it doesn't have the light-up keys, and it actually costs more than this thing as well. So this, better, cheaper, I like it. The one that's downstairs currently is going to go in a cupboard, and I'll use this because it's pretty good. Yeah, so that's probably the one thing I don't like about this, iPazzPort. What? That's just a strange name. Obviously that doesn't matter a bit. Yeah, okay, that will do. A big thank you to Tony at GearBest who sent me this to review, and thank you for watching.
Ah, yes. So, I rigged the button that releases the hound to that subscribe button. Oh, hello, yes. Do subscribe.